Welcome to High Growth with HTDC. I'm your host, Cindy Matsuki. HTDC is the state's tech evangelist. So we support anything tech, innovation, entrepreneurship, and manufacturing. And there's so many great things going on in Hawaii, and this is the place that we like to share them with you. One of those awesome stories comes from Charles Wang. He's the founder of ecoQoob.
Co-founder. I want to make sure it's co-founder. Yeah.
Co-founder. And the Hawaii Eco Project?
That's right.
Okay, great. Briefly, what is the Hawaii Eco Project?
Sure. Hawaii Eco Project, we are a renewable energy company, but it doesn't just stop with solar PV. Ecology has many things to do with it. That's including energy efficiency, distributed generation, energy production, wind projects, as well as even, I think that one of the most important pieces that we do is sustainability education and outreach. The industry is still at its infancy, so I think reaching out to a lot of the younger generation and everybody out there, and to kind of educate them and become prosumers about what we do and to empower them. That's my favorite part of Hawaii Eco Project. But yeah, of course, we build renewable energy projects and distributed energy generation projects as well.
Wow,
yeah.
So you cover the whole spectrum, sounds like.
We try to, but we have a great team, and I think that's why we always try to put the word co in there, because there's a lot of folks who are involved in creating this, the magic behind it. And someone goes out and I'm a lot of times just going out and developing and educating folks out there and working on the technology side, where my co-founders and partners are going out and building and developing the technologies, as well as actually physically installing these things on sites as well. So it takes a village, right? It takes a village.
Wow, yeah, definitely. And then why did you choose to bring Hawaii Eco Project to Hawaii?
Hawaii Eco Project, it started here. It's something. There's a very special story behind it. 20 years ago, I was in tech and exclusively in the gaming industry. Lots of fun, great times. Something I was very passionate about when I was younger. Huge industry, but I was pretty young, in my early 20s, and we did competitive video gaming. We didn't get to phase 2. We got to phase 1 and got a lot of traction. I didn't know how to grow the business, and I think that's the failure piece that I learned a lot about myself, as well as what I really wanted to do. I wanted to find something that was more than just myself, and that's where the renewable energy industry and what was happening here in Hawaii and sustainability. Timing was just perfect, because back in 2007, 2008, that's where oil prices went up to about $150 a barrel, and I wanted to really contribute more into what I was doing. So renewable energy sector, I started with some of the largest solar companies, and about 3 years ago, my partners and I started Hawaii Eco Project.
Okay.
And this project was really about, again, it's a holistic approach rather than just going after this lucrative solar market. And
that's great.
Not so lucrative these days, but compared to a couple of years ago. But I think that's where the innovation came from. It's we saw that everyone's kind of swimming one direction.
Yeah.
There were many holes missing, key foundations missing within the industry. Which was energy efficiency. Let's figure out how to clean up.
Not use so much in the first place.
Exactly. But that's where Hawaii Eco Project really kind of came from. It's from what was going on within the industry, what lessons we learned from just the Hawaiian culture about sustainability.
Oh, that's great.
We went to a different direction, which was helping out a lot of the Hawaiian homes communities. A lot of the nonprofits, folks who couldn't write the big checks and just take advantage of tax incentives. So we, took that on as our mission for Hawaii Eco Project, and that's why the education piece, really developed.
And the efficiency.
That's right. And since we weren't taking checks from large companies, we had to become very innovative and efficient, and that's why the efficiency portion of it really developed in-house, and try to figure out how to reduce power loads, because for nonprofits who can't pay for a lot of these projects,
the big upfront.
We're trying to figure out how to reduce project costs as much as possible, because they can't take advantage of tax incentives. So therefore, we found all the different possible energy efficiency measurements, and got really creative with our financing program as well as how we build and create efficiencies. But that's what Hawaii Eco Project is. So yeah.
And Hawaii has a lot of different resources too, not just sun. Right?
Absolutely.
So that's good that you guys are looking at the whole picture, which is good. What have you found is the best benefit to being in Hawaii?
I think the best benefit in Hawaii is we have to look at our size in regards to what can happen, because I don't think it's really about millions of customer acquisition and user feedback and data feedback. That rarely happens for many companies, especially on the mainland. We just want to get a core group of people, a small community, to be able to give us some real essential feedback on what we're doing, how to refine, how to improve. And this really goes back to a lot of the design methodology as well as the lean startup methodology. We want to be able to kind of test these things out. So Hawaii's been the perfect incubator in some sense.
Just because we are kind of a small community.
Yeah.
Huh.
And we've been on an accelerated path in with finding out our data in regards to the energy sector, how the distributed generation peak loads have been affecting our grid. We're at I think over 20% in most areas for solar, wind, distributed generation penetration, but where most of the world is less than 1%. So yeah, so if you talk about real user experience, how the regulators and utility are going to react, we have more of an advantage in Hawaii to be able to test these kind of models out in real world environments. And how does a customer react? How does the utility react? How do the regulators react? How does the policymakers react to these things? And that's, I think, the ultimate advantage for many folks who want to come to Hawaii and do business.
And it has been interesting these past.
It has. It has. Quite interesting.
Good. Also, you have started ecoQoob, which is an app.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just falls in line with what we've been doing. ecoQoob is...
It's like an extension of...
Yeah, it's an extension of... it's kind of going back to... We've been helping... many people want to, one person at a time kind of approach. I think it's always been how do we get to a home and figure out where all the bad energy loads are or inefficiencies are. Help the families to reduce their load, then put on PV, recommend an electric vehicle. That kind of phase the old, analog method of and paper and pencil.
Yeah.
I think what ecoQoob does is it brings together the technology piece of it and kind of my experience and some of our team's experience from almost a decade ago, and merging the two sectors together, industries together for sustainability as well as technology. Now, from the lessons learned, just talking about has an accelerator being an incubator here in Hawaii. Some of the things that we've gone through, most folks in other states will not experience it, outside of a computer model for years to come until they reach these high, penetration levels. So the experience that we've seen here and we bumped into are real data and real experiences that we could put behind this technology. And the ecoQoob is going to basically help empower everyday users like myself and for you or anybody out there using their mobile device to create energy efficiencies around their home. And I think the best part is I want them to be able to circumvent me. I want them to
do it on there. It's like self-service.
Yes, it's. I can't be everywhere, and I don't think there's enough folks who understand this industry the right way. But to really have this be a change for catalyst, change for sustainability, we need to have prosumers, and we need to empower more users out there. And what better way through technology? And with ecoQoob, it's not only about energy efficiency, but we'll be able to walk the customer along the way, let them be able to do their own energy audits. When they're ready to get solar PV, then they're more empowered because they took action in regards to, changing out light bulbs and...
They've reduced their
consumption
as much as possible.
I think the main thing right now is just to figure out how to get people engaged. It's the, again, the industry is picking up a lot of traction, but we're always surrounded by, within our own groups and peers and industry. And we think it's the center of the world because that's all we hear about and that's all everybody talks about. But outside of that circle, you hear, most of the phone, they're more excited about the new iPhone coming out and the new games and new movies. And I think that's the audience we need to penetrate. It's the general populace we need to encourage and engage and have them be interested in what we're doing every day. And I think that's what these platforms that we're creating, the ecoQoob app not only creates energy efficiency, gurus, for everyday users, but through our partnerships and partner channels, we're able to once they opt in, they get a real box that comes to their house that has a LED light bulb, that has rechargeable batteries, that has...
Based on your energy audit?
Well, yeah, based on the energy audit, but that's just a report that they have for themselves, and hopefully they could, see some changes that can happen. But the box itself, if they choose to opt in, that's a partnership between us and some of the utilities and some of the other energy efficiency programs that are out there, not only in Hawaii, but also in other states as well. Yeah,
that's great.
I think it's that initial action they need to take, have and then even just being able to, the physical motion of screwing off the old Thomas Edison, but no thanks anymore, right? And putting that LED light bulb in there, I think it's creating that motion, right, and the momentum for that next phase.
Oh, good. We have a short video that we wanted to show. It kind of goes over ecoQoob,
sure.
And I think it kind of showcases your ecoQoob for an upcoming conference.
Yes, that's right. This is the ecoQoob promo video that we did for Verge Accelerate, part of Verge San Francisco. And Verge is exactly what we're talking about. It's a national conference, world conference, talking about sustainability and technology. But ecoQoob right here, I'll kind of narrate it.
I don't know. They might be able to hear it.
I don't think there's sound, but yeah, it's basically taking, you're taking the application, the device, creating a free energy audit report, transforms you into an energy detective, and that's what we call it. Everything is free. It gets sent out to, and this is not only for residential homes, but also for commercial properties as well. Because most commercial properties already have, staff who can do the installation. They just need someone to kind of, they need a guy to help them through what do we have to swap out. But this is what you see is the box actually gets dropped into your house, and that's when you opt in. And whether you just want to, get that initial box at your home to switch out the light bulb and or use rechargeable batteries, and but you can also take it to the next level, which is take all the inefficient products and be able to swap it out through our partner channels to more Energy Star, more efficient systems. Or they could just take that as their own shopping list and just go to any vendor out there and be able to do their own. It's more about empowering the users more than anything else. And I think that's what ecoQoob and ecoProject's really about. Yeah.
Okay, so are you pitching this at the conference?
We are. So we're going to San Francisco. We feel very fortunate. It was 2 weeks out of 60 plus high traction companies globally. We were on the 21 finalists.
That's great.
And the videos were put on Verge Accelerate, and it was a community vote. And there were, I think, 21 companies there, and then the last 10 or 11. So, and we want to really thank all the folks in Hawaii who were voting like madmen and women for us. And I think it's to do with our kind of island spirit and culture.
Definitely.
And
Hawaii's very good at
and pushing something that's
rallying
grown here locally and organically.
That's great.
And have the opportunity to maybe see something go beyond Hawaii as well, because we have lots of great lessons to teach other folks. And I think that's what one of the biggest commodities that we have right now is the knowledge, and it's not just for us, it's so many of the folks that who have been part of the renewable energy industry for the past 10 so years, to be able to help some other states to become and do this the right way, because there were some mistakes and pitfalls that we went through, some shaky foundations. And I think that the technology that we're building can correct some of those mistakes. Like again, focus on efficiency first rather than just putting the too much teaching on there. Yeah.
Ah, very cool. When will we be able to download ecoQoob?
ecoQoob, right now our ETA is to be ready for Verge Accelerate, so that's the 27th.
Wow.
That's our hope, and we're going to, and we should wrap this thing up really quickly so we could go back and start developing. No. But yeah, I mean, we're working night and day on this thing. I think ultimately is just we need to get a product out there, and you know, to get those first initial boxes. But right now, what we do have are the games that we developed. So there's other products within ecoQoob and Hawaii Eco Project that we built, and we built other applications which are mini games. And
that's great.
And, so
that's great.
It's again, it's outreach,
education.
Yeah, education. When we go out to educate a lot of the students out here and the kids at school, there's always been this kind of void. There was no leave behind, and you know, they were all, you know, very excited after we do the presentation,
and then you go.
Yeah, so and that's why we developed these games, and they're fun, easy, you know, renewable energy, sustainable energy games, and they could just, we give them a code afterwards, and they could just download this thing so they could play it. So again, it's great for market analysis for us as well, because we get real user feedback. It's again, it's, you know, we're building something around our audience, which are the students and the kids, rather than, you know, building something and hopefully someone enjoys it and likes it. And I think that goes back to this new methodology of building companies and products and services.
Yeah, and especially I think if it'll be powerful if you are building in the Hawaii culture into it as well, and taking that abroad.
Absolutely.
That would be amazing.
I think my biggest challenge for San Francisco is, do I wear a aloha shirt or a suit? And I think you recommended put a aloha shirt and a jacket over it. Yeah, okay. Maybe
that's what people do here. I don't know how that's going to go over.
But we're, you know,
it'll be both.
But I'm more excited about what type of attention it brings to, I think, for the local market, and not just. I think, you know, tourism is always going to be the you know, carry Hawaii for many years to come. But I think there's great innovation, you know, great companies, great programs like
Especially
HTDC.
Energy, there's been a lot of growth.
Yeah, and technology,
That's
you know,
great.
and so we're very excited to see what can come out.
Are you the only Hawaii company going?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Represent.
So yeah, so we're very excited. Yeah.
Very good. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Where can we find out more information?
ecoQoob.com, HawaiiEcoProject.com.
And that's ECO.
Yes, that's very important. Yeah, it's actually ECOQOOB. If you know the tech world, every great name is taken, or every you know,
domain name.
Yeah, domain name is taken. So, but we like the cube.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, and what's cool is the Q actually flips around and turns into a power button. So yeah, we came up with some creative solutions for it. Yeah.
Very good. So good luck.
Thank you.
End of the month.
Thank you. Yeah.
Be watching. Thank you so much. My guest today has been Charles Wang with the Hawaii Eco Project and ecoQoob. And this is High Growth with HTDC, and I'm your host, Cindy Matsuki. We've been on ThinkTech Hawaii. Thank you so much for supporting the entrepreneur community, technology, innovation, manufacturing, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.